Hello boys and girls, hello, hello, hello. Now, ready for some more seconds of fun? Let's go and have a look at what I've done. Right, off we go. Now, what I've done is I've built the entire all processing thing. Now this is the solution that I came up with. It's very, very similar to Vagram's one. It looks complicated, it isn't. I've just spread it all out. So it's pipes. You wouldn't do this normally. Now this video is just an explanation of how to do this, what it is, right? So I'll have second episodes that explain how all this sticks together and whatnot. And for your viewing pleasure, I have a drawing with all the settings, so you can see. And there's links to Vagram's explanation of the logical sorter and how factories work down here. So you can see I've got for the 4 factories, one set for purification, one for crushing, one for enrichment, one for smelting. And you can see I've got restrict input on, and I've got it set to dark blue, dark green, dark aqua, dark red, and they all go output black, which is this pipe here, which goes back into the chest. Now the logistical supporter, well, I suppose it could be logistical sorter. I need some explanation for that, and the reason being is that the interface here is a bit, some guy banging a hammer outside. Maybe he's trying to make some blaze powder or something. Anyway, pardon me. The order in which you put these things into the logistical sorter, so the item stack or the ordict, is very important because I can't figure out how to change the order of these things. So the order is very, very important. And to illustrate that, I've actually, where is it? Where have I lost it? There we go. I've got a just a basic text file here that explains the order for just Minecraft, vanilla Minecraft. And the reason is that coal, if you don't have these item filters, then coal is going to come underneath that classification there. And it's going to try and go to purifier. It won't work. It just doesn't work, right? So it has to go to a completely different machine. And the same with some of the ones that are dust. So redstone, for example, well, you can see up here, coal, redstone, lapis, nether ore, diamonds, emeralds. They all begin with ore. Therefore, if you don't have these, this one will pick it up and try and send it to the purifier, which will reject it, and so your coal, redstone, and whatnot will just sit in the chest, right? And then once it's gone to the requisite machine, which in this case is the enrichment machine for all of these ones, not this one. This one can't go to the enrichment machine. It has to go directly to the smelter for some obscure reason. Sorry, I'm going to cough again. Sorry, I've got a very, very sore throat at the moment. And then once it's gone through the system and gone back into the chest, you have to have a bunch of filters here which pump it out. You can see dust redstone, it's going to get picked up by this one, so we've got to send it on before it gets to this one, these ones. So I've set it to indigo because I have, I'll just go back to actual Minecraft itself. Excuse the wooden platform, that was just me mucking around trying to get the pipes working. So down the end here I got 2 chests, and because of the cabling, they're joined up, and I don't want to use covers and all that kind of stuff just to illustrate a point. See, that one's set for indigo and that one's set for purple, so ingots will go into here, and all the other stuff that was remarked on here, so the coal, redstone, lapis, nether, diamond, emerald and whatnot, will all go here. Alright, so, ooh, shit, sorry. Right, so what are these things? Well, first of all, because of that particular problem with the item filter, the logistical sorter, I mean, because of the ordering, because it's so strict and it's one after the other and you can't change the order, if you make a mistake you have to delete them all and start again, which is a pain in the ass, which is why I made that little text file by way of explanation. So obviously the ideal thing is to make sure they don't get in here in the first place. Okay, so what I've got over here is I've sorted out some of the ores that I had, and if we actually have a look, you'll see there's a bunch of vanilla ores, mechanism ores, so you've got osmium, copper, tin, one ore, factorization ores, silver, dark iron, and thermal expansion ores. I'm going to go on one of those, one of each of those. We'll see if I can dig up some more. Never mind, we'll get there. So the reason that I'm not going to put them all down, because believe me, the list is huge, because you've got, you know, there's ores in Project Red, Resident Induction, E-Masher. They're even in magical crops and biomes aplenty. And of course you've got Railcraft and Metallurgy and Tinker's Construct and Mariculture and all that sort of stuff. So I'm not going to put them all in here. That's just ridiculous. The idea is to stop them getting into this thing in the first place if they can't be processed by this configuration. Or you have to sit there and work out the order of all of the bits that you need to do for that. So what are all these machines? Well, the first one is, it's an elite factory, and it's a purifying chamber. So what you do is, it's two ways to create this. One is just to go off and create an elite factory, and just let me get rid of all of this crap on the side here. Thank you. To make, you either make an elite factory and then put a purification chamber in here, or you get a purification chamber and gradually upgrade it into becoming an elite factory. Now this bar here is very, very important for this one. Flint. Yes, you need flint. It's actually got a use, right? And it's, this machine will not run if there's no flint in there. Had me fox for a while. And also, one of the things I'd just like to mention, remember I was having so much difficulty getting the upgrades in here, right? Remember that? So if one is anywhere in here and you shift right click, it goes plonk and puts it straight in there, which is really, really useful. Okay, so this is a purifying factory. So we'll go to the next one. This one is a crusher, and again the same principle applies. You either create an elite factory, drop a crusher in, or create a crusher, and you don't need to worry about that bar, right? So the same thing goes for this one, enrichment chamber, and then the last one, a smelter. Now this one's slightly different. If you create a elite factory, it's automatically a smelter, so you don't have to make a smelter and drop it in there. There's no point. Okay, so now I've shown it in the drawing, but you can see strict input on and output indigo. Oh, I've made a mistake, because that pipe's indigo, isn't it? Well, that was silly of me. Let me just, current color indigo, you idiot. Okay, let's change it. Oop. Let's make it yellow. Let's make it yellow. Right. So now I just set the output to yellow. I'll do the same thing with this one. The reason I'm doing this is because I've already used indigo on another pipe, and I'm wanting to actually show how this works. Right, now you'll notice, what did I do there? I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, now you'll notice I've got strict input on. If you don't have that, then what you have to do is you have to have a pipe up here with a colour in it. It's as simple as that. You either put strict input on and specify a colour in that slot, or you put a pipe up here and turn strict input off. That's it, basically. Alright, well that's the first video. What we're going to do is we're going to show what happens when you put all this stuff in here. Now, yeah, that's what we're going to do. And what we're going to do also is see what happens when you put in weird stuff. See, like, here's an example. Really should be going into an osmium compressor, but we'll see how it goes. You see, I've got some ready to show. Okay. So that's it. One other thing, just before I close this video off. This is massive, right? It's physically massive. It's got pipes everywhere, none of which I like. You don't actually need to do it this way at all. In fact, you can compress most of this into one long chain and without gaps. But I'm putting gaps in so that people can see how it's stuck together. You don't need all these pipes. It's not necessary. In fact, and go and have a look at Vagram's videos. Especially his particular one on factories, which I've just gone off and watched for the very first time. It's brilliant, right? Brilliant. You've got to go and see it. Anyway, he's got that there, that there, that there, and that. Sorry. Yeah. Anyway, so it goes in kind of a U shape. So stuff comes in here, goes into here, goes into there, goes into there, comes out the top, right? Or out the side, whatever. So this can all be compacted quite dramatically. You don't actually need to have all this lot. And no, I haven't got a precision sawmill. I'm not dealing with board at this stage. Sorry. So yeah, that's it. Oh yes, and I know people have mentioned that I shouldn't be using routers, but I'm using them. I've got them. I'm not going to just destroy them just for the sake of being. It's just a waste. It's just a waste. It's a machine. It works, right? So yeah. So hopefully that was vaguely interesting. That's the end of this video, and we'll meet up later when I actually show it in action. Okay. Bye. Bye.